those who control their own destiny. That's what you're seeing when you see the feds. That's why in our charter, the temple charter, is called figure 1. Now, the first figure is the lead figure, the head figure, the one that's out front. You know, in Islam, they have a term called imam, and imam is the one who leads the congregation. He's the first one out front leading. Now, most people just see the congregation or the mosque, the masjid really, because mosque is a French interpretation of the word masjid, right? The masjid, the temple. The one who's leading the temple is the one who's leading the march. If he's not marching in this movement, he's not leading. If you're under leadership, that's not going nowhere. That ain't trying to go nowhere. That ain't got no ideas about the future. That ain't saying, man, the whole world will know. That ain't trying to take this movement all around the world. That ain't trying to continue that propagation of the faith. You shouldn't be following, because he ain't following the prophet. We can look at the prophet's work and see where he was going. We can look at the prophet's works and see that he was going all around the world. He made certain statements continually about going all over the world. He's mentioning the world every time he mentioned something of value, of importance. Every time he spoke. And he was talking about things we are going to accomplish, he mentioned the world. Because it's our world. The Moors once ruled the world, get ready to rule it again, but this time under love, true peace, freedom, and justice. Which is what we open and close all our meetings with. So the whole world would know. Because we're going to take over the world by taking the Moor sign symbol all over the world. We are going to march. That's what the fez represents. When you see the fez, you're seeing marchers. You're seeing those soldiers, those captains, those lieutenants, those sergeants, those colonels, those generals marching onto Canaan, onto that promise of our victory. That's what the promise is. Allah is leading on. So our chief imam, the highest imam that we have, is Allah. The great God Allah, the omnipotent creator of all of existence, is our chief, our highest imam, our highest leader. Prophet Noble Ali followed Allah. We follow the prophet following Allah. We are marching on to a destiny that is not unknown or uncertain. We know what we're marching on to here in this temple group. We know what we're doing here. Do you know what you're doing there? I wonder. In becoming part of this march, the thing we must come to understand is when you are a Moorish American national, when you put on this fez, you're becoming like those who are marching and countermarching in the Holy Quran, chapter 18. You're becoming like those who march and countermarch for the resurrection, the redemption, the raising, the rising of the race. You know, in the story, Jesus said his life was a drama to the whole race, so that every man will become what he has become. So everything we're doing for the race. Our march is a march for the race. You know, in the journey of every step of man, that is a march. You know, because we don't tiptoe. As Muslims, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to tiptoe. We're here to march and demonstrate. But not demonstrate and just sit around and crying and complaining about stuff. We're here to demonstrate by marching on and over our opposition. Marching on and over. That's why I say to everybody out there that reads my demonstrations, man, convert or be conquered. Convert to the truth or be conquered by it. Because truth is all is Allah. And before the end of time, every knee will bow to Islam. Every knee will bow to Islam. Again, the whole world would know. You're either with us or you're against us. If you're against us, prepare to be marched on, because we're marching. That's all we do here. We're marching. Every day, all day, night and day, we're working for your good. We are marching on. That's all there is. To continue this march. It started with Jesus. But Prophet Muhammad fulfilled it. And now that fulfillment has reached America in the form of Prophet Noble Ali and his faithful followers, his true and faithful followers. Followers, those who are following on. That we will not be stopped. We will not be delayed. We will no longer be paused. You know, there have been great people who have come into this movement in the past who have done great things to try to steer us off the right direction, steer us off the Sirat Mustaqim, that straight and narrow path that we are still marching on. You can't take us off of that. You know, this is the seventh pillar of Islamism, is the what? Which is propagation. Which you go back to the affidavit, it tells you right there. We derive our power and authority to do what? Propagate the faith. We get our power and authority to do what? March on. We're not going to stop marching. We're going to take this all over the world. Because the whole world will know. That's what our prophet told us. And that's what we're here fulfilling today. I'm going to end this demonstration with this idea. You know, before I take this any further, most of you have become good at marching to your temple meetings. You become good at marching there every Friday and Sunday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday. And, you know, and depending on what temple group you with, you know, Mondays and Thursdays and Saturdays. You become good at marching to the temple meeting. You become good and faithful and loyal and strong at marching to a meeting. But once you get to the meeting, you don't do anything. You sit there, then you go home. And when the next meeting comes up, you march to that. Put on your fez, you put on your clothes, and you march to that. And you're missing the point. The point of the meeting was for all of us to have one coordinated effort, nationally and internationally, so that we can march on the world. Over the last 80 years, you have been great at marching to that meeting. Your leadership has been great to lead you to the meeting. But then what? Where have you gone from there? The point of the meeting was to take all of you together in one motion, one effort, one movement. And this is a movement and marching on the world. That's the point. That's the purpose. Act 2. We're talking about the opening and closing of the meetings. What does it say? Muslims all over the world. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Marching all over the world, making sure that the whole world knows that it has had a prophet in this era of time by the name of T.W.O. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You've become great and glorious at that. Here, we don't need that. I don't care how good you are making your meetings. That's not the purpose here. The purpose here is when you get here, the rules, regulations, instructions, the laws you will be given, the program, the plan, the diagram that you will be given. How well do you carry it out into the world? How far into the world will you take it? Will you make sure that the whole world knows? And with that, I leave you in peace.